Confidence isn't just about speaking loudly or boldly. It's about how you present yourself when you walk into a room. So whether you want to lead a meeting, speak on a large public stage, or simply carry yourself with more confidence, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can project that confidence based on my years as a public speaking coach. If we haven't met before, my name is Eileen Wilder, and over the past few years, I've sold millions of dollars in high-ticket offers at events, virtual meetings, challenges, webinars, live events, you name it. I've mastered and become the go-to person for premium offers and public speaking. And in this video, I want to teach you how you can practically project that confidence that you've always wanted in any room or on any stage. Let's go. My very first tip is to have a powerful first impression. Did you know that audiences and others can judge you within the first 3 seconds of meeting you? In fact, I read a study where audiences within 0.6 seconds predicted the winner of a gubernatorial race, meaning a political race. Within 0.6 seconds, just by looking at their countenance, the audience could judge who the winner is. Isn't that fascinating? We cannot underestimate the power of a first impression. So let's talk about how you can make a dynamic and charismatic first impression. Here's what I would love for you to do. I want you to think about a musician, an artist, a performer, a celebrity who you love, who you look up to, somebody who you really think, like, you love their energy, you love their charisma, you love the way they present themselves on stage. I'll tell you that one of the people I love and look up to is Jennifer Lopez. I'm always like, she's amazing. So what I want you to do first is just think about that person. Now, the only reason you would look up to them or admire them is there's something about their energy that is mirrored in your energy. It's kind of like it takes one to know one. So the reason why you look up to them is because they contain that same essence energy inside of you. In the book Alter Ego, the author talks about how we can model someone that we really respect and start to visualize exactly how they would walk into a room, or how they would walk onto the stage, or how they would come into the executive boardroom. Is that making sense? So think about that person and then think about how would they walk on into that situation. And then what you want to do is visualize yourself doing the exact same thing. What I think you'll find is that person that you look up to often will walk with their shoulders back, their head up, their eyes open and attentive. They won't be looking down. They won't have their shoulders hunched over, and their body language will be wide and open. So I want to encourage you, look and see if you can find YouTube videos. I love to look at backstage videos of people right before they get on the stage, and you'll start to see that they're going to take that stance and take that space. And I want to encourage you do the exact same thing too. If you'll walk into that boardroom, onto that stage, into that networking event with your shoulders back, your head up, your eyes open, attentive, and energetic, you are going to start to project the confidence you've always wanted. Tip number 2 is understanding the power of nonverbal communication. Have you heard this? That studies show that communication is up to 55% nonverbal, meaning like half the whole work is done without you even saying anything. I love this quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson that says, "Who you are speaks so loudly, I can't even hear what you're saying." Think about this, that confidence is the transference of energy. I love how my friend and mentor Myron Golden embodies this so well. And one of the keys that he taught me was to have a command energy when you're presenting in front of an audience. He said it's not an hype energy, it's not a crazy, like excited energy. He called it a command energy. One time I remember him saying to me, "Eileen, think of it like a police officer that pulls somebody over after they're speeding. They kind of say, 'License and registration, please.' It's very calm, it's very collected, it's very authoritative in your tone." So when you're on video, when you're presenting in the boardroom, when you're presenting on stage, having a calm command energy, an energy that says, "I've got you, I know where we're going, you're safe in my hands, I have complete authority over this information I'm about to share with you," it helps the audience relax. It helps the audience go, "Whew, this person doesn't need anything from me." This person is generously giving me their time, knowledge, wisdom, and attention. They're on the platform. I'm fine. I'm safe. I can relax. Embrace this command energy, not a hype, energetic, crazy energy. It's calm. It's collected. I'm in command, and listen up. The third tip is commanding the pause. You will notice the best speakers like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. command the pause. They'll say a phrase and then they'll pause. I have a dream today. Pause. And this pregnant pause, some studies have shown up to 3 seconds, causes the audience to take notice. Isn't that fascinating? That silence and pause could cause dramatic effect. I'm sure you'll think of even movies where like right before the really scary scene, there's like a pause, right? And that's what causes us to freak out. So there is something that will grab the audience's attention if you'll pause. A quick tip here is before you start a presentation, always pause, especially if there's a lot of applause in the audience or someone's introducing you. Allow it to die down just for a second, pause, and then begin. You'll have the entire room's attention. So understand the power of the pregnant pause. The fourth tip for projecting confidence is being prepared. Have you ever gotten up and you really knew your stuff, whether you were presenting with a PowerPoint presentation, or maybe it was a quick speech, or maybe it was just an introduction to a room, or maybe a huge keynote presentation, but you really knew your sauce. You know what I mean? You had really practiced and you were really prepared. Have you noticed that your anxiety went down? Your nerves went down. You even started visualizing how it was going to go because you practiced it so much. Studies show that the best speakers practice their presentation 10 times or more. Now, I haven't really measured how many times that I practiced my speeches before I get up, but I definitely notice an enormous difference. Have you too? So a lot of people ask me, Eileen, how do you prepare before a speech? And I say things like this. What's worked for me is I practice out loud. If I practice out loud, I am going to nail that speech. And in particular, I will practice the stories. I'll practice the stories I'm going to tell, and I'll practice the sound bites that I'm going to land. So if I'll have my stories and my sound bites practiced out loud, I know I'm going to nail it. Now, maybe this looks a little bit different for you, especially if you have slides or like a lot of detailed technical information. If that's you, I would definitely encourage go through like a technical run through before your speech, like practice the timing of those slides. That will really help you feel more confident. But if you don't have a ton of time to practice before your speech, practice telling the stories, especially the story, what I call the origin story. The origin story occurs at the beginning of your speech, and it's kind of like how you found the thing, how you found the strategy, how you found the solution, how you found what it is that you're about to teach. If you don't share a story at the top, you're going to lose the audience. No one is interested in information. Have you found that? Found that to be true? Do you remember school? No one is interested in the information. We only remember the stories. We only remember the details, the scenes that were laid out in front of us. Your best teachers, like they were the most energetic, enthusiastic, right? And they probably told the most stories. So when you do your speech and your presentation, or anytime you get up in front of people, literally ever, what you want to do is you want to tell a story. It doesn't have to be a long story, but it has to be a story. That floods the mind of the audience with dopamine. Studies have shown this. Dopamine gets flooded. The audience starts to get involved in kind of a hypnotic attention. As humans, we love stories. So if you'll tell a story about how you found the strategy, that will make the audience interested in the strategy. So at the beginning of your presentations, definitely practice telling a story. So just to recap, you want to make a powerful first impression when you walk in that room. Remember, shoulders back, smiling. You also want to remember that nonverbal communication, so you have that command energy. Remember, confidence is the transference of energy. You also want to remember to pause before you get up, start that speech, and perhaps pause for dramatic effect inside of your speeches. And then you also want to practice, especially those stories. If you will do these tips, your presentations are going to go to the next level. You're going to project a confidence you may not even feel inside, but others will not know you have any nervousness or anxiety, because all they will be seeing is the energy and confidence that you are projecting. So I hope you found these tips valuable, and I hope you use them inside your next presentation or next time you walk in the room. And if you would like to become a more powerful presenter and even learn how to grow and scale your business, go ahead and click the link in the description below, where you will get access to my best and free training. Thanks again for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.